Congratulations on choosing IBM Planning Analytics as your planning, budgeting, forecasting, analysis, and scorecarding cloud solution. In this video, I'll briefly walk you through the IBM Planning Analytics Welcome Kit. First, you'll receive your Welcome Kit in an email as an encrypted zip file. The zip file is encrypted, but don't worry, the passphrase will be sent to you in a separate communication. Once you've extracted the zip file, you'll notice that there are several files inside, a Welcome Kit PDF, and several RDP files. I'll briefly go over the Welcome Kit PDF, and I'll touch on what the RDP files are used for later in this video. If you are not a Planning Analytics Administrator and you have not received your Welcome Kit PDF, let your Planning Analytics Administrator know and ask them to send it to you. Although it contains some confidential information used only by the administrator in setting up the Planning Analytics environment, it also contains valuable information for all Planning Analytics users. So let's go through each section. First is a Planning Analytics Community section. This section contains a link to the Planning Analytics community where you can join for feature updates, how-to content, to ask a question, and much more. Next is the Planning Analytics Documentation section. The link contained in this section brings you to the Planning Analytics Knowledge Center. From here, you can view documents such as the Planning Analytics Getting Started Guide and the Planning Analytics Workspace Guide. The Planning Analytics Support section will provide you with links to contact product support and the Cloud Operations team. These links will allow you to register for IBM Service Request System, view the IBM Software Support Handbook, and visit the IBM Client Success Portal. A section titled Accept the Planning Analytics Invitation will contain a link for inviting other users to Planning Analytics. When you've received your own invitation, click Accept Invitation and you'll be taken to a login page where you can sign in with your IBM ID. After you've logged in, you'll be greeted with the IBM Planning Analytics welcome page and you'll be a member of Planning Analytics. And if you don't yet have an IBM ID, you can create your own from this page. The Planning Analytics Workspace Release Cadence section will explain the product's release cadence. This section will also contain a link to the Planning Analytics blog to help you keep informed of new features, news, and events. The next section, titled Usernames and Passwords, contains confidential user IDs and passwords that you'll be using to authenticate users and access servers. Note, for TM1 servers, the username and password is provided only for use in Security Mode 1. Normally, you'll be using your IBM ID to access the TM1 servers. The TM1 Desktop Application section contains a cloud desktop system address and credentials to access Planning Analytics desktop clients using Windows Remote Desktop Connection. In the zip file containing your Welcome Kit, you'll also receive RDP files. Use these files, the system address, and the credentials provided to connect to your remote desktop clients. Note, the credentials provided in this section are only used to connect to the remote desktop and not to any TM1 applications. Next, the TM1 web-based application section contains URLs for accessing several Planning Analytics web components such as TM1 Web and IBM Cognos BI. The Planning Analytics for Microsoft Excel and Cognos BI Mobile sections will contain a URL and connection information for connecting to each respective component. Planning Analytics also provides a dedicated shared folder for your TM1 data and all related files. The Planning Analytics shared folder section will guide you on how you can connect to the shared folder. The PGP encryption and decryption section contains information on how you can encrypt and decrypt your data to and from the cloud. This section also contains a path to sample files to help you get started. The non-interactive account section provides credentials which can be leveraged when using automation tools and processes that require the username or password to be non-interactive or are scheduled. Cognos Command Center is a Planning Analytics component that provides server automation. The final section in the Welcome Kit describes how to set up Cognos Command Center. And that's it! Congratulations again on choosing IBM Planning Analytics as your planning, budgeting, forecasting, analysis, and scorecarding cloud solution.